If you're coming to see The Psychic,
we'd ask one favour of you.
please keep the secrets. Shh. I'm Andy Nyman,
I'm Jeremy Dyson.
and we're here to talk about our new stage thriller,
The Psychic. Andy,
Yes, Jeremy.
what do people need to know about The Psychic?
Ooh, well, they need to know they're in for a good night, full of twists and turns. Unlike Ghost Stories, that was full-out horror, this is very much a stage thriller, a Hitchcockian thriller on stage. And we are, well, I think I speak for both of us when I say how excited we are about hearing an audience react to the twists and turns of the plot.
Very good.
What are you most excited about bringing The Psychic to life?
That's a good question. I think it's running it for an audience, seeing it with an audience for the first time, because we've been thinking about it for so long. We've been working on this play for a number of years.
Yes, we have.
It's been through a long process.
Yeah.
So the idea of an audience coming in, not knowing what they're going to make of it until that first night, is going to be a thrill.
Yeah. God, I can't wait. There's so many moments in it. And this is just in the rehearsal room where we've got the sounds and the bits of the set where you just think, oh, what are an audience going to think?
Tell me about, what do you know about the real world of The Psychic? You're a bit of an expert on that. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is the inspiration for this play, or it was the starting point for this play.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it is a fascinating world, and it's something that's intrigued me for, over 20 years now, is the world of psychics, fortune tellers, the world of touring psychics. And I'm very au fait because of the work I've done with Derren Brown and the work within mentalism, which is the sort of mind-reading branch of magic. A lot of the techniques used within that came from psychics, the pseudo-psychic world, ways in which you can fake the illusion of fortune-telling or mind-reading or knowing someone's inner secrets. The thing that's most interesting about that world and about the people who do it is at some point you suddenly find the stuff you're using to fake it blurs into, oh, well, that wasn't fake. And somehow I kind of knew that about them. So where did that come from? And that's a really interesting area to me and to us, and it's something I think that we really dig into in the play. I mean, that's why the strapline of the play is any of it real, because it begs that question: was that a coincidence? Is that real? Am I faking it? Is it? And
if anyone's ever been to a fake séance,
yeah,
it can be a very, very creepy experience when you're in there, even if you're absolutely not a believer.
Yeah.
And I think it's that line that we were really interested in exploring and walking with this play.
Yeah. One of the things there's a lot in the play about that asks you as an audience member to kind of question what your beliefs are, all in a fun way, obviously. But it's like it picks that scab of, oh, no, I really believe. Well, do you? Because here's a method to fake that. Oh, so does that mean the thing that I had, but then it also, the dots connect in so many different ways. It's such a fascinating area. The other thing that we've explored in this is the world of what's called the showman community, which is a community that's really, it's hundreds of years old, but it's never really explored publicly. And it's the world of people in fairgrounds and fortune tellers, and it's very different. There are crossovers with Traveller and Romany, but it's very much its own world.
Right down to the fact they've got their own language.
Absolutely.
A secret language that they use.
Yeah, much of which is in the play.
Yeah.
And we're very lucky we've got a couple of fantastic showman consultants who are involved with the play, but also one of our actors is showman.
Yes.
And it's so thrilling to see that come alive and think this is a world that no one's ever seen before. And to see these powerful women on stage who are funny, terrifying, insightful, flawed, lovable. The cast are amazing.
We've been gifted with an extraordinary cast. That's true.
Yeah. You know, and this is where we're doing this interview now. This is our final day of rehearsals in London. We're about to move up to York, to the beautiful theatre in York,
York Theatre Royal,
where we are finally putting the psychic on stage. So very soon. How do you feel about that? Very soon audiences are going to get to see it there in front of them.
It feels impossible, and yet somehow that's going to happen.
Yeah.
In a scant few weeks.
I've got a good question for you, Jeremy. What should audiences coming to the psychic expect?
I think thrills,
Yeah,
laughs, scares, unbelievable surprises, and an edge of your seat tension.
Talk to me about unbelievable surprises without giving anything away.
That's an impossible thing to do.
But by that you mean, look, let's be bold. There are twists in this show we don't think people will see coming.
That's the hope.
That is the hope. He's more cautious than me. I'm telling you, you won't see them coming. We're going to pull the rug, hopefully more than once.
Yeah.
And because the rug also gets pulled for the characters again and again.
Yes.
And that's something we love,
yes.
isn't it?
I mean, we should talk about where some of the inspiration came from, which was the stage thrillers of old that they don't really do anymore, that we remember from our childhoods. I mean, you always talk about, I'd come into London and there was always stage thrillers on in the West End.
I'd come as a kid from Leicester, and sometimes it was just my mum or my mum and my dad, and there was always a thriller on stage. Be it, I remember so clearly going to see Corpse, Death Trap, Sleuth, and then, it's a history of theatre that goes way back. Dial M for Murder, a murder is announced, all these Murderer, the Schaffer play. I mean, there are so many of them. And then I think around the late 80s, maybe early 90s, they just sort of fell out of grace.
Yeah, became unfashionable, perhaps.
Yeah. And there is it seems silly to say a thrill with a thriller, but there is something so unique about a stage thriller that you're in the room as this plot unfolds, and that unifying experience as an audience when you sort of hear, no, that's what we love. And in a different way, we did that with ghost stories, and now post-ghost stories, it's like modern horror on stage is a sort of acceptable genre. And I would love to think a few years from now, the psychic will help rebirth thrillers on stage, because it's such a brilliant genre that
to be literally sitting on the edge of your seat, which is where the phrase comes from.
Yeah,